Hello, this is David Hess from the Bookman in Orange, California, with my weekly visit to things found in the pages of old books. So we'll jump right into it. Today I found some interesting stuff. This week I found some interesting stuff. I'm hyper aware now of things in books because of this segment. I'm always looking even harder than I used to look. But I did find something quite fascinating in this old science fiction paperback by Michael Moorcock. And in it was this business card. Now, this business card is from Dr. Donald A. Reed. Now, he was the president of the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films in LA. I'm doing a little research on Mr. Reed. He created the Saturn Awards. Now, I don't know, I think they're still going, but it's the awards for best science fiction, fantasy, and horror films. He was also the founder of the Dracula Society. And he did all kinds of stuff in the early days of science fiction and fantasy. And he also apparently had a bookstore in Santa Monica, California. And so I feel that this is a real find here for me, this business card, stuck in a book of Michael Moorcock. This is a good one. On to the next find. There's a book here by Paul Engle, American Song, a book of poems, 1934. In this particular book, I found 3 items, all of kind of unique interest. One would be this clipping. There's Mr. Engle himself, and it is a New York Times book review of this particular book, published Sunday, July 29th, 1934. And this is the review of the book that just came in, and it says, Paul Engle's American Song may prove a literary landmark. I don't know about that, but he had a head start. I don't know what happened to Mr. Engle. Maybe people out there know him better than I do. I've never really heard much about him since. And we have also in the same book, this little item is called Hull House for Art Students. It's in Baltimore, Maryland. And what it is, it's a little guide on house regulations for art students, all girls, all women, living in this Hull House for art students. And it's a regulation and the things that you can do and you shouldn't do in the house, and how much it costs. It is $10.50 per week, and so beginning in October. And it's actually quite interesting. There's no date on it, but I'm assuming it's around the 30s as well, with the vintage of the book. Also, the third thing found in this book here, the poetry book, is a Christmas card. Christmas Wishes. Kind of has that 30s decoration, 30s printing style. Inside, there's not much written, but it's, again, has the 30s typography, and signed by Don Luckenbill. Very short and sweet. Kind of a beautiful little card with a little ribbon attached to it. Yeah, quite interesting. All right. Next, in this book on speech, which is an unremarkable book, from the 50s, I found this card. Let's see here. I thought this was real interesting, kind of historically interesting. What it is, it's a card being sent to people telling you what your zip code is. It just came out. It was dated 1967. So in 1967, they sent you this card and they said, this is your new zip code. And what you should start do, it tells you on the back, is you should start putting it on your letters. If you start putting it on your letters, they'll start getting there sooner. It'll be no mismailed and all that kind of stuff. So here you go. This card is 94109. I looked that up, and that's in San Francisco somewhere. Well, there you go. Make sure to put those on your letters, your zip code. 1967. That helps you actually date books sometimes. If the publishers, if you're looking at a book, how old it is, if it doesn't have a zip code, you know, this was before 67. You can work backwards. Now, in this here, got the boat art on it, so it's a little shiny. It's called Guidance for Today and Tomorrow. It's compiled from the writings of Shoghi Effendi. It's the Bahá'í Faith, the Bahá'í Faith book, which we don't get a whole lot of the Bahá'í Faith books, but they are still requested to this day. And within it, I found a couple of things, interesting items. One is this handwritten piece of paper. What it is, it's someone's neatly written like quotes and verses from the book itself. And so it's all written on kind of like this onion paper, and it was for their edification, and it was folded up and put in the book here. Next to it is a little envelope. Within the envelope, pictures. So we got a little picture here, and I'm sure this is for a Bahá'í Faith meeting or group. And on the back is dated April 1959. In the same batch of pictures, we're in the house. People are in the house here. A little shiny there, and they're there for the Bahá'í Faith meeting, also dated May 59. And they have inside the house, they're probably having cookies and so forth. May 59. And sitting around the living room talking, dated May 59, which really gives you, if you look at the living room, you can see the chairs and the tables and the lamps and stuff. And because it's not a professional picture, it's actually taken by, just a layman, so to speak. It's fascinating to look at the things that are in a house in the 59. And I just found these pictures absolutely fascinating, and it's so odd getting pictures in a book, because you really get a sense of time and place, and real live human beings involved with the book that is coming through your store 60 some years later, coming through your store and being a part of your shop. And well, that's all I have for today. If you have anything that you would like to share, please email me at ebookman.com. Send a picture, a little description of what you found, maybe where you found it, and I would be more than happy to share it with our audience today. Thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next week.